hint that you know how to make something in the DelmarvaLife kitchen, we'll hit you up to make it in the DelmarvaLife kitchen. That's what we found out on Friday when Big 107.7's Steve Monz was here.
I make a nice mean caprese salad with a little tomato, a little mozzarella.
Really?
Oh yeah, a little basil on top, a little.
Okay, well, guess what? Soon we will have Steve Monz in the DelmarvaLife kitchen making a mean caprese salad, because that's my favorite.
Tell me when.
All right, we're scheduling it right now. I mean, I was telling everyone, I was like, hey, we have our Monday segment, kitchen segment taken care of, because Steve volunteered on air.
Yeah, I was volunteered. That's how it went down.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, so for those who didn't see you volunteer to make this, what are we making?
Okay, so we're going to make, we were going to make a caprese salad, which is really just sliced tomato and mozzarella. But I figured for summertime, this is a great, cool summertime dish. So we're going to make a caprese pasta salad.
Okay.
Still good.
Sound good?
Like it.
So our main ingredient is the pasta, which I've already cooked and cooled and rinsed. And anybody who cooks and just heard me say rinse pasta, there was a cringe.
Really?
So you don't rinse pasta, which actually you don't do if you're making like a spaghetti.
Okay.
Because you want the sauce to stick to the starch.
Right.
But in this case, you want the starch off of the noodles so that they don't clump together.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Which was my rookie mistake the first time I made this. It was like a big ball of pasta. So that's rinsed and cooled and ready to go. And then we're going to add our ingredients. So you guys are going to help us chop up. Mike, you have the tomatoes, which I quarter those.
Okay.
And Lisa, you have the mozzarella, which I started, and you can kind of dice
Just
that
kind
up.
of dice it up. Okay, well, while we do that, tell us about this apron you have
I love
here.
the apron.
Hail to the
apron's
chief.
awesome.
Hail to the chef.
Or chef, I'm sorry.
Yes. I think
Have
I
it.
mentioned this last week that I am the cook in our house, and my wife's fine with that. We have an agreement. She does laundry, and I do the cooking.
Okay.
So it's a fair shake.
Can you get me the paperwork for that so that I can present that to my missus?
Well, you know, it's funny. I kind of grew up that way. Mom would cook regular dinners, but Dad on the weekends was always the chef. He would always cook up something different, something special.
That's
and so I guess I kind of just followed along with that.
Yeah,
and,
why not?
And picked it up, and for many years we've cooked in the kitchen together, and it's fun. It's a good family tradition, I guess.
You know why? Interesting. My father never learned to cook. My father never cooked, never learned, and I never thought about it until he passed last summer. It was like my mom mentioned something. He went through a whole lifetime not knowing how to cook.
Right.
Is that crazy?
It
now
does seem
everybody.
weird.
I mean,
No.
you learn. Not everybody can cook great dishes like this, but I mean, the basics.
Right.
Right.
And honestly, when you talk about this, it's not that complicated. It's really just a few items, and it's a matter of knowing your proportions of what to put in, which will become a big part of this when we get near the end. And you know what? The thing about cooking in the kitchen too is don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Sure.
Right.
Even though I've made this dish several times, I made it on Saturday for the family just to make sure I did it right. And you got to be very careful with the pesto, which we'll get to. If you put too much in, it can ruin the whole thing.
Yeah. Because then it's
So,
overpowered. Yeah.
It was good. Like I said, even though I've made it. But that's how you learn, and that's how you learn what you like.
Yeah. Well, I said it on Friday. This is one of those combinations I just absolutely love. The basil, which is in the pesto, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's and the tomato and the mozzarella. And I see you have some red onions there too.
Yes. Those I picked. Red onions are really good for a cool salad. It's not really a cooking onion. It's more flavorful in something like this. So if you want to put those in.
Okay.
And
The whole thing?
Yeah, dump that right in there. Basically, the proportions for this is a bag of pasta. It's one red onion, one container of the tomatoes, which are grape tomatoes. You can use any kind of tomatoes, really, but I find these make nice little bite-sized bits.
Oh yeah.
And then we go for the mozzarella.
Okay.
Mozzarella.
Mozzarella, put in as much as you like.
All of
always
it?
never
All of it.
seems to be enough.
There's never enough.
And then you can stir it up. Who wants to stir? Who's feeling?
I'm feeling like stirring things up a bit.
Okay.
Mike, if you want to shake things up a little bit, grab the dressing there. This is just red wine vinegar, olive oil, and a dressing mix.
Okay.
I always have a lot of kitchen hacks. I don't believe in wasting a lot of time in creating my own dressing, but this is a simple one. It's not easy, not too hard.
Okay.
And you can put that in. Again, that goes into taste. What I put in there is about what I think is right, but again, it all depends on your palate and how strong you like it and how strong you don't like it.
Okay.
Now that right there would be enough, but the pesto, which you're going to put in, is really what throws it over the top. This gives it that basil flavor and also gives it a little bit more of a cheesy flavor.
So do
to
I
it.
just?
Yeah, you sprinkle it in there. You can put in, I think 3 is a good amount.
Okay.
Again, after that, it's up to you, but what I always say is You can always put more in, but you can't take
it
it
out.
out.
Exactly.
So-
Exactly. All right. Oh,
right,
it smells so good.
That does the trick right there.
Right there. Yeah. All
And
right.
then you stir it up, and then this is something you can eat right away, or you can put it in the fridge, and I always think the next day it's even better.
Tastes better.
It just seems to absorb all of the flavors.
All right. Well, when we come back, we're going to taste it, and then we have a little more to make.
Yes, we are going to make some cheesy garlic bread.
Ooh, sounds good.
Yes, it
Stick
does.
around. We'll be right back. Take a look at that. Mike and I made that. That is, of course, our Caprese pasta salad. It is a mean Caprese pasta salad, as a big 1077 Steve Monz said the other day. I hit the buttons on the refrigerator. Got so excited there. So anyway, we made that, but we're also making some garlic toast to go with it.
Cheesy garlic bread.
Cheesy. Ooh.
Nothing better. It can stand alone, or you
really
can have
could.
it with a nice pasta or anything, really.
True.
So what we're going to do, I just got a big loaf of, I like to get the Italian bread that's kind of bigger, more surface area for the cheese.
There you go.
I see it.
So Mike's going to slice that up for us, and we're going to put that on the pan.
And what am I going to do here?
Actually, we probably should do this now. Let's get the butter in our pan.
How much butter?
Oh, I'd say throw the whole bad boy in there. There we go.
There you go, bad boy.
I think we all agree you can never have too much garlic or butter.
Or butter or cheese.
And so if you want, you can put in, again, this is to taste, but I usually put in 2 or 3 scoops of garlic. And again, this is one of my shortcuts and one of my hacks. You could spend all day dicing the garlic, and that's great if you're making a sauce.
Yeah.
For something like this,
Just
saves
get
time.
the-
It's already
Okay.
diced, and
So
it's
we're-
awesome.
That's
There we
going to
go.
melt there a little bit.
That should melt. Yeah, we probably, as that's melting, you can actually scoop that out. Your job is to paint the
I'm
bread.
going to paint the bread.
Yes.
All right.
You want to get generous portions of the garlic and the
Yes.
wow.
Oh, that is generous.
That's very generous.
I'm very excited for that piece.
nothing wrong with that at all. And again, some folks, it's all about your taste. If you don't like that much garlic, don't put that much on.
Right.
That's the beauty of being able to cater to your family when you're cooking things like this.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Mike is approving of my garlic.
I'm drooling over here
Amounts
because I can't
here.
wait for the garlic bread.
And then the next step, sometimes what I'll do is I'll take it at this stage and just heat it up a little bit in the oven for about maybe 10 minutes, and it gets the bread a little bit crunchy.
Okay.
And it gets that butter down in there. But for time, Mike, we're going to have you put the mozzarella on there next. Now with this step, it's very tempting to load it up to make it look
can't.
like Mount Rushmore,
No.
but you don't want to go that far.
No?
No, you want to be careful because you don't want to completely cover up all of the garlic.
Oh, okay. I
It's
get that.
It's a fine line.
Less is more, yeah. So while Mike's doing that, Lisa, we're going to have you put on the final touches, which is our sun-dried tomatoes. And if you don't like sun-dried tomatoes, you could put mushrooms on, you can put peppers, you can do anything you want, or you can have it plain.
I love sun-dried tomatoes. The flavor that these little tiny tomatoes pieces give is amazing.
And again, you can put as many or as little as you
love
like
it.
on there. There's also an oil that goes with those that adds
The
a
flavor.
nice flavor to it
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
And again, this is all experimentation. When I was doing this, we would usually just have garlic bread. And then we added the cheese. And then we added the tomatoes. And then whatever is in the fridge that night winds up in there.
Why not?
I'm not as far as bologna.
I was gonna say ham and cheese then.
And so that's really all there is to it. Now, you put it in the oven and put it under, you can bake it for a little while, and then I put it under the broiler to kind of get it a nice melt on top.
Nice.
Okay.
So Mike's going to do that. While he's doing that, we're going to
Serve up some salad,
some
some
pasta
pasta
salad.
salad.
Throw that in there.
Yeah.
And look at this, by the magic of television.
Wow.
A set ready to go.
There you go.
So we'll
And
put
there
that
you have
there.
it. Lisa will give you that one.
Thank you.
And you can't complain because you guys made this. So.
I don't think we would ever dream
No.
of complaining about this.
Slide that over.
And then taste a little bit of
Give it a
bread.
go, yeah.
Oh boy. This is a nice summer combination.
It is. It can be a snack, as I mentioned, or it can be a side dish for
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
you're making as far as an Italian dish or anything, really. It goes with hamburgers. It goes with pasta. Or, well, it is pasta, but so.
Or take to a potluck.
Right.
Cookout.
And look how much it made. I mean, you see that. It really wasn't all that many ingredients.
Oh.
Too, so.
That bread. That's dynamite.
A little
That's
crunch
very
to
good.
it. That's what I was hoping for, a little bit of crunch.
That bread's dynamite.
I love the sun-dried tomatoes on there.
Do we have to do the rest of the show, or can we just like eat this the rest of the
Well,
time?
Steve knows how to do a show. We can just make him do
Okay.
it.
I'm good with that. I'm going to keep eating. This is amazing, Steve.
Big 1077 Steve Monz, The Rock Shop, every morning, weekdays,
Yes, 6 to 10.
6 to 10. That's where you'll find him when he's not in the kitchen
We're in
making
the-
amazing food.
Not so historic Radio Studio D. Right next door. So,
Well, thank you so much.
Thank
We're going
you,
to have you
Steve.
back.
absolutely.
All right, stick around. DelmarvaLife will be right back.